Good day, YouTube. Good day. Let's do some mental multiplication. Okay, here we have this problem here, 14 times 7. Now, if you wanted to do this problem mentally, here's what I recommend, is you do kind of a distribution. So the number 14 could be represented as 10 plus 4. Okay, here's your 14. 10 plus 4, that's 14. Okay, so now we're going to do kind of a distribution thing where you do 7 times 10. Okay, that gives you 70. And then 7 times 4 is going to give you 28. Okay, and you add those. So you get 98. Okay, see, this kind of helps you transition into algebra when you're doing distribution. By simply breaking apart this 14 as 10 times 4 and then distributing. Okay, this is distribution. Okay, so 7 times 10, that gives you 70. And then 7 times 4, there's your 28. Okay, another way to look at this is sometimes the way that I do it when I'm doing mentally is if it's like this, 14 times 7. Okay, I'll start here at the tens column first. Okay, now the way they teach in school is to do 7 times 4 is 28, carry a 2. What I like to do instead of doing it the traditional way is I like to do it kind of the other way, working from this far end. When I have a 2-digit number, okay, 14 is 2 digits, and I'm multiplying it by a single digit number, I usually do it this way first. Okay, I'll do 7 times 10. Okay, this is 7 times 10, similar to this, 7 times 10. 7 times 10 is 70. Okay, and then I do the 7 times 4. Oops, then I do the 7 times 4. Okay, this right here. So 7 times 4 again is 28. You add those together, you get 98. Okay, it's a real easier way to do it mentally, this technique right here. Doing it this way first, holding this number in your head. Okay, 7 times 10 is 70. I hold that number inside my mind, 70. Here's 70, and I add 28 to 70 to get 98. Okay, we'll try another one here, this 18 times 9. So using the distribution method, we go 9 times 18 could be represented as 10 plus 8. Okay, here is your 18, 10 plus 8. There's your 18. Now this is similar to algebra. See, we're distributing. We're distributing 9 times 10. 9 times 10. 9 times 10 is 90. Okay, and then 9 times 8. 9 times 8 is 72. So we get plus 72. Okay, 0 and 2, that's 2. 9 and 7 is 160. So 162. Okay, another way to see this is if we do this other method. Okay, if we have 18 times 9, then I like to start here first. 9 times 10. 9 times 10 is 90. Okay, so you hold that number inside your head, mental math. You hold that number, here's the inside of your brain. You hold that number here, 90. Okay, now I'm going to do 90. I'm keeping that number in my mind here, 90. I keep that number in my memory, my short-term memory. 90 plus 72. 90 plus 72. Well, 90 and 70 is 160. So 90 plus 72 must be 162. Okay, and I'll show you that. Here's 9 times 10, that's 90. And as I said, 9 times 8 is 72. Okay, so 90 plus 70 is 160. And the 2 left over gives you 162. Okay, you see how that works? I'll show you a couple more examples. Okay, our next example, we have 31 times 6. Okay, using distribution, and this is going to come in real handy when you guys get to algebra. If you're not already in algebra, this is basically a primer for learning algebra, this idea of distribution. Okay, 6 times 30 plus 6 times 1. So 6 times 30, if you think about 6 times 3 is 18. So 6 times 30 must be 180. Plus 6 times 1 is 6. That gives you 186. Okay, real fast answer. Here we have 6 times 30. 6 times 30 is 180. 6 times 1 is 6. And then add those together to get 186. Okay, this is the distribution method. This is if you want to learn how to do your distribution for algebra. Okay, this is how distribution works. Okay, this is important for later on. So I like teaching it with arithmetic to kind of get younger students used to the idea of using distribution when the time comes in algebra. Now let me show you the way I usually do mental arithmetic. Okay, I kind of just wanted to show you this distribution method. When I usually do the mental arithmetic inside my head, this is what I'm doing when I do it mentally. Okay, I look at it like this, 31 times 6. Okay, I do this, instead of doing 6 times 1, I do this way first. I always do this way first. 6 times 30 essentially is what that is. Okay, this is the tens place. So I'm saying 6 times 30 is 180. Okay, and I usually keep that 180 inside my mind. Okay, if this was like a bubble inside your brain, that this 6 times 30 is going to stay in there. You're going to hold that number in your short-term memory. Okay, you're going to say, I'm holding this number 180 in the forefront of my mind. Next, I do 6 times 1. That gives you 6. So I add this 6 onto the 180. So plus 6. 186. So you see what I'm doing? I'm simply multiplying this number here, 6 times 30, and I'm holding that inside my mind while I do this other calculation. Okay, this part of the problem I do mentally inside my own mind. Okay, represented as this. By simply holding a number inside your mind. Simply hold this number inside your mind before adding this next part to it. Okay, this is how mental arithmetic works. You have to be able to have the ability to hold a number inside your mind. Let's show you another example here. Okay, so that was 31 times 6. Let's see what else we could come up with here. Okay, I have this one, 46 times 4. 46 times 4. So we have 46 times 4. Okay, let's see if we could do this mental arithmetic style. 46 times 4. Okay, what is 4 times 40? Essentially, 4 times 40 is what? 160. So you're going to hold that number 160. You're going to hold that number inside your mind. 160. Here it is right here, 160. Plus 4 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24. Okay, so I'm saying 160 plus 24. That gives you what? 184. Okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm saying 4 times 40 is 160. So this is the part that I have inside my head here, 160. And then I'm adding another 16. So plus 24. So we have 4, 8, 184. Okay, and let me show you the distribution way of doing this. So you guys see what I'm doing here is I'm just holding a number inside my head and then adding this number. This is the part that I keep kind of inside my mental registry. Like if you could say your short-term memory, or your, if your mind was a computer, this would be your short-term memory. You hold this number 160 inside your mind and you try to add this mentally. Okay, this is the step you hold mentally. You hold this number inside your mind and then you add that next number underneath it. So let me show you the distribution method. Okay, so for the people doing pre-algebra that are getting ready for algebra, if you do like this, 4 times 40 plus 6. Okay, 40 plus 6, that's your 46. So now I'm going to distribute. Boom. 4 times 40. 4 times 40, once again, is 160. Okay, and then 4 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24. Adding those together, I get 184. Okay, this is the distribution method. I recommend learning both ways. This here, basically, we're splitting numbers apart. See, 46 is represented as 40 plus 6. Okay, this is the idea of number splitting numbers apart to help you do your calculations. Number splitting. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, here we have 77 times 3. Okay, so that's 3 times 70 plus 7. Once again, 77, I'm representing that. I'm number splitting. I'm splitting the number apart. 70 plus 7. Okay, this is how I do my mental arithmetic, by splitting the number apart. Okay, 3 times 70 and plus 3 times 7. So 3 times 70 is 210. 3 times 7 is 21. Boom, there's our answer. Okay, this is a really cool idea. I don't know why they don't teach this in school, number splitting. It's really convenient. Okay, now if you look at that kind of side by side with the other technique kind of looks like this. 77 times 3. Okay, now I'm simply doing this. I'm starting here. 3 times 70. That's basically this right here. 3 times 70. I'm just going like this. 3 times 70. I hold that number inside my head. 210. Plus 21. Okay, 210 plus 21. This is how I do mental arithmetic. 210 plus 21. Okay, so 3 times 7, boom, that's 210. Plus 3 times 7 is 21. Gives you 231. All right, last example, let's get it. Okay, last example, we have 86 times 8. Okay, so let's see, what is this? 8 times 8 times 80. 8 times 80 is 640. So we hold that number inside our head, 640. Okay, and then 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 6 is 48. So you're trying to do this part mentally, plus 48. Okay, 886 equals 688. Okay, let's see. What if we use the distribution method? It would look like this. 8 times 80 plus 6. Okay, 8 times 80, distribution. 8 times 80, that's 640. 8 times 6, that's 48. Add those together. 886 equals 688. Okay, so you try these techniques out, learn distribution, learn about number splitting. Okay, I take this number 86, I split it up between 80 and 6. Okay, that's just number splitting. We call that number splitting. Makes your arithmetic a lot easier, especially doing mental arithmetic. Okay, you guys, thanks for watching this video here. If you like this type of stuff, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button. Leave a comment down below, and I hope you guys are doing good in your math. If you have any questions, go ahead and just leave me a comment. I'll try to get back to you. Thank you.